All right, and welcome to angle side angle and angle side triangle congruency. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at number one. Label the triangles below as angle side angle or as angle side. And then we want to label which triangle congruence theorem we're going to use. Okay, let's take a look here. What are the things that we're given? Well, one, I see an arc right there. And so remember, what does an arc represent? An angle or a side? Well, an arc always represents an angle. And then I see these two tick marks, and those two tick marks represent a side. And then I see that one arc, and that one arc represents an angle. Now, this arc right here is clearly corresponding to that arc right there. So there's an angle, and these two tick marks represent these two, or they're corresponding to those two tick marks, that side, and then that angle is clearly corresponding to that one. So what is this telling us? Well, let's go and use some different colors here. In purple, I see this angle. I can say that angle B is congruent to angle E. And remember, that's an angle. And let's use another color. Let's go ahead and use yellow. I see I have this side right here, BC. Okay, so line segment BC. And of course, that's congruent to that side right there, EF. And so we have a side that's congruent. And then the very next thing that we see, I'll go ahead and use blue, is that angle right there. Let's say that's angle C. And then, of course, that is congruent to angle F. And what that tells us is, hey, I've got another angle. And notice that the order that they're in, we have congruence of angle, side, angle. And if you'll recall, if I go in this order from B to C to A, hey, that means that I have triangle BCA is congruent to, I got to go in the same order, EFD, triangle EFD. Okay, y'all, pause the video, finish taking notes. Let's go ahead and take a look at example number 2. Okay, let's take a look at example number 2. I went ahead and blew up the triangles to make them just a little bit larger for you. Hopefully you can see this pretty clearly on the video. And so let's go and talk about what is the information that I see here. Well, the first thing I see here is this single tick mark. And that single tick mark is for side OAB. And that's telling me, hey, you know what? That is congruent to side DE. Okay, and of course that's a side. And let's shift gears here to nice yellow. Then I see one arc. And remember, what does an arc represent? Well, as an arc, it represents an angle. And it's telling me that because this has one arc and that has one arc, these angles are congruent. So now I can say angle B is congruent to angle E. And hey, that's an angle. And then y'all, let's go ahead and use one more different color here. Let's go ahead and take a look at these two arcs. And kind of this lime green. Well, those two arcs right there, that's telling me that angle, here I kind of slide it over here or squeeze it in, angle C is congruent to angle F. You know, let me make my E just a little bit nicer and neater. So hey, that's an E right there. Okay. Okay. And of course, that's another angle. Now, you might be tempted to call this side angle angle, but the truth is we always want to go ahead and start with the letter A if we can. So we're going to start with angle, side, or I guess a better way to say it is let's go in alphabetical order. All right. So this one is where you see, hey, there's an angle, and the side, it's not in between them. And so when you write it, you say, hey, there's an angle, and the side's on the outside. So once again, angle, side. I find this is one of the trickier ones for students, so be careful. Let's look at 2 more examples, rapid fire. Okay, so how quickly should you be doing problems like this? Well, you should look right here and go, oh, you know what? That's an arc, so I have an angle. That's a tick mark, I have a side. Ooh, I see 2 arcs right there, I have an angle. And that is congruent by angle, side, angle. Let's take a look at number 4. What do I see here? I see a side. What do I see here? I see an angle. What do I see right here? I see another angle. And I'm just going around that order. Now remember, if you or to write side, angle, angle accidentally, I'd count it correct, but I want y'all to get in the habit of writing as angle, angle, side. And y'all, that's how quick and easy this should be. Good luck, and I'll see y'all in our next video.